Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we're going over the Square Enix Twitch live stream that happened a little bit earlier today. They announced a lot of stuff for JP's 5th anniversary for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, so we're going to summarize some of that here, as well as talk about some of the verbal things that they said that didn't make it to the slides. Now, if you want to review these slides, go ahead and head over to Reddit. I believe they posted it on their Reddit page, and then if you want to watch the stream itself, go ahead, head over to twitch.tv and check out Square Enix's page where they posted the live stream. But we are going to talk about some of those things they didn't put in the slides, and then I'll give some of my thoughts and recommendations on some of the stuff that's coming out. So lots of exciting stuff. Let's go ahead and start with the Union Cross campaigns. So first things first, there is a VIP limited banner each Monday. So each Monday throughout the entire campaign, and I believe it's going to go pretty much until October is what it sounds like. So once per week, if you buy VIP, you're going to get access to a limited VIP banner where I believe you get one pull. Now, it's kind of hard for me to say how great this pull is going to be because I need to see what the draw odds are. I need to see what medals make that pool, but it could potentially be amazing. And it's just a nice little thank you to the VIP players who actually kind of fund this game by paying into it with real money. So it's just a nice free pull and it's always appreciated. Next thing is going to be this Moogle Shop trade sale. Now, this is pretty bonkers in my opinion. So for this week, it's going to be 100 jewels for each trait that you buy for this week only. Now, there are a few restrictions to this. So the first things first, if you are free to play, you only get to pull for one of each trait. Now, the second thing is that the traits are limited. It is only going to be ground, aerial, extra attack, damage and raids 40%, and strength plus 1,000. Those are the 5 traits that you could buy at 100 jewels a piece. If you are a VIP, you can do that in infinite number of times. Again, it is restricted to ground, aerial, extra attack, damage and raids 40%, and strength plus 1,000, but that is super sweet. That is really good because a lot of us pulled from the Supernova Plus deal, and we got some tier 10s that are amazing. For example, I got KR24, I got San Francisco Sora, but there are no traits. And remember what I say about traits is that that is the game breaking between tier A and tier S. A lot of traits are useless without traits. Or I'm sorry, a lot of medals are useless without traits. So it's very important to trade your medals. So really take advantage of the sale. If you are VIP, make sure you trade all of the medals that you think you will potentially be using. So copy medals, buffer medals, potentially if you need that extra attack, or if you just have a lot of staple medals that are meant to do damage. You maybe have like a Final Fantasy VII Remake Sephiroth, you have a KR24, you have a Xemnas B. If you have those that don't have perfect traits, now is the time to do so. This is the first time they've ever dropped it down to 100 jewels. I know some people talk about the traits for money sale, but we really don't know anything about that. For all we know, they could bump up the money cap and then make it 1 billion money for one trait. So we don't know what the ratio is. Right now, this is what we see in front of us, 100 jewels per trait. That's pretty good. So make sure you take advantage of this. Is it a good enough reason to buy VIP? Personally, I'm going to buy VIP for this week, but if you don't like spending money into the game, don't. It's not a big deal. There are people that are doing it, so as of right now, if you don't want to buy VIP, don't make this a make or break deal where I have to do it, I have to trade all these medals, because as long as you do the right amount of saving and then pull at specific times, you know, for mercy banners or for really good medals, you should be fine. It just takes a little bit longer. So it's not a good reason enough to buy VIP for people who have never bought VIP before. So just keep that in mind. Really weigh out what you need. For me, again, I'm going to buy VIP just to kind of fix up my medals so that I'm like a little bit more future-proof. Alright, so after this Moogle Shop trade sale ends on the 6th, there is going to be an update to the sale, and it goes for the rest of the campaign. They never really gave us an end date on this campaign, but after this, for VIP, it's going to be 500 jewels per trait, and for free-to-play, it's going to be 1,000 jewels per trait. Now, I don't know if they have limitations on this. I don't believe they addressed it in the stream if there's going to be a limitation on how many traits you can get per person, but that's still a really good deal because, again, if you are free-to-play, you only get to pull one for each trait. So 1 ground, 1 aerial, 1 damage and raids, 1 strength plus 1,000, and 1 extra attack. You might still need those traits a little bit more after the initial sale. So after that, it's just 1,000 jewels per, and pretty much that's what I've been arguing ever since it came out. VIP should be 500, and free-to-play should be 1,000, and that's super sweet. Again, clean up your medals, future-proof yourself, because remember, tier 11s might be coming out, but a traitless tier 11 might not be as good as a fully traded tier 10. It's the same idea with tier 9s and tier 10s. A fully traded tier 9 might be better than a tier 10 without any traits whatsoever. So super good stuff. I really advise people to take advantage of this trait sale because, again, we don't know what's going to happen with this traits for money deal. We don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to be executed, how much each trade is going to be. So I really advise people to take advantage of this while we know what the prices are. Next thing is going to be the storage expansion campaign. So you have until 9:30 to do this, and it's 10 jewels per 5 slots, and that's absolutely ridiculous. That is the cheapest we've ever seen it. It's literally 10% than the standard amount that people have to pay in order to bump up their inventory by 5 slots. Now, this is relevant for a lot of the newer players who really need to bring themselves up to like maybe 1,000 slots or maybe like 750 slots. This is a really good sale, and it is the best sale we've ever seen when it comes to inventory sales. Remember that you don't need to max it out all the way because odds are you're going to be selling a lot of medals for draw points anyway. So fill up your sub slots. I'm personally, I believe, at 2,030, and I'm usually hovering at around 1,800 total medals. So there's like 500 inventory space I'm not even using. So don't just max out on the inventory space just because it's available. We don't really know what to expect, so don't just waste your jewels on inventory space that you don't know if you may or may not need. They might release a mechanic where you need to keep even more medals, but that is yet to be seen, and you shouldn't be spending jewels on things that are not in existence yet, if that makes any sense. So if you have the maximum amount of slots before the start of the campaign, you get 30 draw tickets. So essentially 30 free medals. Pretty cool stuff, just to reward you if you already have full slots and to not feel cheated if you pretty much couldn't take advantage of this 10 jewels per 5 slots sale. Next thing is KR25 arrives to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross in a special draw ticket only banner. Now there's going to be quite a few ways to get draw tickets we'll talk about on the next slide, but pretty much KR25 is limited to that banner. So is it free to play? Technically, since it's only in that banner, you still have to accumulate the draw points, so it's not going to be as free as just getting it in your presence box. You do have to do a little bit of the legwork. Next thing on this slide is collect fantastic medals beginning 9/14. Now these are event medals, so you can get them for free essentially just by putting the effort in. There are going to be 7, 1 for each one, plus an additional combination medal, which is similar to the Hainer Pencilette, similarly to the Halloween Sora Donald Goofy C. So there is going to be another combination medal. I'm a huge fan of these just because they're free medals, and it's just super cool to get. They're super cool to collect and get and show off, and I am personally excited for these. Alright, so the next thing is going to be the Union Cross campaigns where you actually get these draw tickets. So lots of stuff going on here. Japanese 5th anniversary versus Sephiroth. Remember, one of the things about Sephiroth is that on the more critical mode stages where he's got like level 5,000, things like that, he does have a counterattack that is not designed to knock you out. So it can't really be used for recovery buffing without some tricks, but it does debuff you. So get your supernovas ready that are self-buffing because they will be very important for some people on this Sephiroth fight. And you can get up to 50 draw tickets, so that's 50 medals right there. Next thing is going to be the Union Challenge. Now, normally we get gems from these, but this time around it looks like we're getting up to 50 draw tickets. I assume this is going to be pretty much a free 50 draw tickets. I don't think we've ever failed as an entire game to not get all of the rewards, so I am looking forward to these free 50 draw tickets again. So now we are at 100 free medals right there. Next thing is going to be the defeat reverse defender, get speed gems. It doesn't say anything about tickets, so we're going to skip that. Next thing is going to be the Genie Jafar event where you can get up to 3,000 jewels and 80 draw tickets, and we're at 180 free medals right here. I need to see the draw odds again just to kind of see how awesome it's going to be or not. But that is 180 free if you're able to clear all of these events. It is a Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and Dark Road campaign. And the last time we fought Genie Jafar, actually being able to buff up your defense was very, very, very important. The only people who cleared that quest had some means of buffing up their defense with, I believe it was Demix Plus, was the medal everyone was using the last time we had Genie Jafar. And their quest requirements were beat without having to continue, and again, for those types of requirements, defense is always a good thing to have, being able to turtle up. So maybe if you have a Yuffie, you might need it for this particular campaign. Next thing is we get an exclusive raid boss for JP's 5th anniversary. This is the first time we've ever seen this raid enemy. I'm not really sure what it's going to be like, if it operates like another Heartless, but I think it looks super sweet with the flowers and maybe acts like the Queen Bee potentially. I'm not really sure, but you get up to 51 draw tickets. So at this point, we're at 231 free medals as long as you're able to clear all the stuff, and that's pretty sweet. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Is going to be these new avatar boards, which actually look fantastic. Now, I have no idea how to say this word, Fabergé, I believe, egg armor, and the Fabergé egg dress. They look super, super cool. The big thing to note is that a lot of people are hyped about this sword and the shield. But the big thing to pay attention to is that you only get the sword and the shield if you buy Jewel Box C, D, or E, and that does not include Weekly VIP. So these are the Jewel Boxes. Weekly VIP is Jewel Box Plus. Jewel Box C, D, and E are respectively the higher tier ones, the ones where you actually have to spend even more money than normal for less jewels than normal. So if you buy VIP, don't expect to get the egg shield and the egg sword as part of it. You have to buy another Jewel Box. Moving on to the fourth thing, there are returning avatar boards. So we have the Star Piece, we have, I believe it was like the Gallant Starlight, and then we have the super awesome ones in suits that got people really confused about the glasses color. But they didn't mention that you can also get the Juggler and the Dancer. If memory serves, I believe these are the anniversary costumes for the past 4 years prior. So I know the Juggler was the first one, the Star Piece was last year's, I believe, but I believe it's like each single anniversary avatar board, so it's pretty cool that they're bringing those back. All right, next thing is going to be the Dark Road campaign. So there's going to be a quest key giveaway. Doesn't really sound anything too special. The next thing is the the shop points that you can get from missions based on the draws that you do from specifically this banner. So this seems like one of those banners where you have to spend the gold tickets, and those are really, really hard to come by. You literally have to pretty much buy VIP every week just to pull once from this banner once a week. If you don't buy VIP, I think you can actually only pull on this once a month. And I don't really know how that really pans out, if they're going to have a bunch of quests where you can get these additional gold tickets. So just keep that in mind. These shop points from missions, according to the banner draws done, only refers to this banner, this JP 5th anniversary banner, and each single pull gets you one upper tier card, and that can stack very, very quickly. For some people, it might honestly just be preferential to get 10 of the same card and make that one card super ridiculously powerful, but I'm excited to see what it has. I hope that they give us more ways to get these gold tickets, because for free-to-play players, it's going to be very, very difficult to do that. All right, moving on to the second to last slide. So beginning to September 3rd, complete special Union Cross quests and receive rewards in Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. This is pretty much a cross campaign where you get cool things in Dark Road if you participate in Union Cross, and then you get cool things in Union Cross if you participate in Dark Road. And those things for Union Cross include draw tickets, jewels, subslot medals, and gems. So we've got more tickets coming along the way. We're pretty much almost at, like, I think 300 free medals if you're able to complete all the stuff, and that's pretty good. So if you're new, this is fantastic. You literally just get free stuff just for participating. So I'm really excited about the anniversary, because there's a lot of cool stuff, and we wrap it up with the 40,000 jewel gift. This, I believe, in dollar value is like $250 of free jewels just for logging in weekly. Now, there were some disclaimers on this really big red highlight stuff. The jewels vanish every single week, so you have to log in every single week and make sure you collect them. So let's just say, you know, this starts on September 7th, and let's say you waited until like September 15th, you don't get the September 7th to September 14th jewels. They go away. So you have to log in weekly. Just claim the free jewels. Literally, you only have to log in once that week and then just get the free jewels. But it's 40,000 jewels. Also, make sure that you don't start this game after the campaign starts. If you start after the campaign starts, you got nothing. Unfortunately, you don't get any of this free 40,000 jewels. So make sure, if you're new, if you're watching me and you've like maybe deactivated your account, or you started fresh and then you didn't like it so you stopped, if you want to start, now is a great time to start, because we are looking at potentially 300 plus free medals from events plus $250 worth of free jewels, and that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. If you are a new player, this is going to be absolutely amazing for you. If you're a veteran player, this is going to be a lot more jewels, a lot more free medals coming your way. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming for JP's 5th anniversary. But I believe that wraps it up for me. There is actually one last thing, and it's going to be the draws or the summons that come out tomorrow, if not the day after. So there is going to be a new illustrated Sora, illustrated Riku, illustrated Kairi, and to my knowledge, they are falling price non-mercy banners. And the rule of thumb is always no mercy, don't pull. I, unfortunately, regardless of how it is shaping, am going to be pulling for that Kairi because y'all know me. I have to do it. It's just principle. I got to pull for the Kairi, but I really strongly advise that unless you really desperately want one of those medals, you do not pull. I will be doing a banner analysis on it. I will be giving you some of the math and showing you how ridiculously bad your draw odds of actually getting one of those medals are, but it's not worth it. So if it comes out tonight, I don't have a video by tomorrow, it's really not worth it if it's non-mercy. You can literally pull like 100 times and there's still a chance that you won't get it. I think if my math is correct, it's like an 80% chance you'll get it at 100 pulls, meaning that 1 in 5 people at 100 pulls does not get the featured medal. There's a lot of things wrong with the banner, but I will be talking about that in a separate video. But for now, this is the summary of all the things that we talked about during the live stream today, as well as a few of my recommendations. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord, talk about some of this stuff, we were literally talking about the live stream all day today. Go ahead, jump in the Discord. It is right in the screen, right down below there. Just type that into your URL, and you should be good to go. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.